I have a huge praise. I know that I haven't been as active as I would like to be. I've been kind of recuperating from some health issues, but I don't really want to focus that as much because I notice when I'm posting just health related content, whether it's Facebook or I don't really do that on Face or Instagram. Just I tend to get so caught up in my circumstance, and my health doesn't define me. My faith in God does. And the praise is that I got to go to Alamo City, Tres number 14 for women. And it was the first time in over 5 years that I've been able to stay the night somewhere else that wasn't here. Not within just 200 feet of my parents. Something that has been just constantly in my mind is that the devil's not in the details. Jesus is. From the image that somebody painted to the verse that was chosen, Isaiah 40:31, for those who wait on the Lord will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. I may not have remembered that precisely, so I'm sorry. But just will walk and not grow faint. As someone who has POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, who has been 70 to 85% bedbound, 90% housebound, using a motorized wheelchair because of really painful lax joints and heart rate that just refuses to stay below 100 when walking. The fact I got to go was incredible. I did have 3 minor instances where my heart rate was a concern. It dipped down to the 40s 2 times, and then it was 113 is when it notified me when I was in the middle of a speech, standing upright in front of people with a microphone. So it was really well done. I'm very grateful I got to go. My mom was my sponsor. You have to have someone who has been there before sponsor you, which I'm not sure if people are familiar with Trustees. It's apparently similar to the Emmaus Walk, almost like they're sister organizations. So since I've been, I'm hoping that I can possibly volunteer in the future to assist with them. And it was just a moving experience. Now, as someone who also has severe food allergies and medical equipment I have to take, like I had my EpiPens, I had my inhaler, I had my CPAP machine, and I had electrolyte drinks because of the POTS, and I couldn't have gluten. Like, it is a severe food allergy. I cannot have it. I do think that I have now found out that sugar is a huge trigger for my health because I had been doing Weight Watchers with my mom before, and then we've been trying keto for a good while now, and I noticed I was doing a bit better because I haven't been talking about it a lot, but June of last year when my dad had a heart attack and then had to do have a pacemaker put in is about the same time that my heart rate started dipping into the 40s. And so ever since June of 2024, I have been off of any heart rate medication. They weren't really helping to make it lower anyway. It was still going up to the 100 somethings. And we're talking about just standing or walking. So this isn't me trying to do a whole lot. So that was a huge concern. And I think that it's just, I didn't get to nap. And the fact that I was up and at it, apparently we learned later, quite early in the morning. I won't say how early. And then I used my walker less and less as we were there. And I've actually been using it less and less while here. Now, I absolutely believe that I don't think exercise really helps your body whenever you have myalgic encephalomyelitis. It does do damage, but I definitely believe in prayer. So, but I think sugar is the culprit. I had been off the keto and indulged in like a lot of Reese's Pieces. Those are my weakness. So sugary chocolates, and I went back to sleeping 13, 15, and even 17 to 18 hours. And we're talking about in a day. So consecutively every day, 13 to almost 20 hours of sleeping. And then after I've been off of sugar and back on the keto, I'm actually doing better again. And then during Tres Dias, I didn't have any gluten. My mom was there in the kitchen. I brought special meals for just, for the times when they were going to have stuff that's gluten, and just for fear of cross-contamination. So, but I did indulge in some sugars again. And I think I've put that together. I have to eliminate it from my diet. Because this week, I think 19 hours was the longest in a day also. And so mentally I've been kind of struggling. I'm so grateful that I got to go. I know he's with me. But just, you really have to stay on top of things. So I really hope I get to participate as a volunteer later. I don't know exactly what I could do precisely. But I definitely felt it was a reiteration of God telling me to tell my story like he did years ago. And it was amazing that he placed numerous women, and I'm talking about God did. It was no coincidence. I called them God interventions instead of interventions, or just the fact of the volunteers that were placed there. So there were a lot of nurses, both for volunteers and candidates. So if I did have a medical episode, I'm pretty sure there would have been people to help. But just, it went a lot better than I thought it could have. And I definitely believe it's to do with prayer. So I guess this is also just a prayer request that maybe I can retain these energy levels and figure out what's going on. I'm hoping now that I can eliminate the items that were initiating some of my issues.